Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm the King, and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Today we're talking about the new mechanic that is going to be coming on into Dead by Daylight, the red glimpse mechanic. We spoke about this in yesterday's video very briefly as we don't have too much information on it, but I was thinking about it a little bit more and I realized that this could potentially be the new start game mechanic that they were mentioning. And in this video, we're basically going to talk about again what it is and how it could work and how it could possibly be the new start game mechanic. If you guys are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. We are so close to 80,000 subscribers and our goal for the end of the year is 100,000, and we've been on a roll with all the support, so thank you guys so much. And make sure you guys come out to Twitch as well. We will be live there right now as you're watching this video. We're going to talk a little bit more about this and play some games and have some fun. With that out of the way, we can go ahead and talk about this mechanic. For those of you guys that haven't seen the video yesterday, essentially what this mechanic is going to be this thing that you'll be able to see when you're 3 meters away from it, and if you grab it or interact with it, you'll get yourself bonus blood points. Now, that is pretty much all the information we know. So I compared this in the video to the crown mechanic that we currently have into the game. If you see the crown, you can go and grab it. You'll grab a crown and you'll get some points. So the same is going to work with this system, except there are a few things that will be different. I'm assuming only one person is going to be able to do this in the match, just because you can't be handing out that much blood points to everybody. In addition to this, you have to be 3 meters in order to see it. So you got to be really close in order to find out where this thing spawns. And of course, they might use different spawn points from the Freddy boxes and things like that, just so people can't memorize them and go and checking those spots. So how exactly would this be the new start game mechanic, you might ask? Well, if there is a big enough incentive to make players want to grab this, then everybody's going to be looking for this at the start of the match, including the killer. So if you toss it in and you say, you know what, if you get it, and maybe it's set to a variable where it can be from 50,000 to 100,000 blood points, maybe it can just be base like 32,000 points. As long as you're getting more than you would probably get in an average game, which is about maybe 22,000 points. If you get more than that, everybody would be going straight for this, because if you grab it, even if you get a terrible game, you'll still get yourself a lot of blood points. Now, obviously, there are players that do not care about blood points, sadly, and for those players, they would just go straight to the objective, which is understandable, but for the majority of the people, they're going to be looking for this just because they want to level up their characters even more. And with that in the way, it means that instead of working on generators, or instead of, you know, playing your killer and looking for people by gens and things like that, instead, everybody's going to be looking for this new red glimpse. Now, I don't know exactly how it works on if, you know, you die, you lose it, if the killer hits you, he grabs it, or anything like that. I'm not too sure, as it is too early, and maybe we'll get some more information about this the next upcoming patch in about a couple of weeks here. Maybe we'll see some more insight to it. Now, this is taking us back to a video that we made a while ago talking about switches on generators. When they announced that they were going to incorporate a new start game mechanic, the first thing that popped in my head was something that Aaron said in our podcast, and that was essentially having switches correlated to every single generator that would be across the map. And in order to start working on your generator, you would need to flip the switch. This way you would actually, you know, can't gen rush when gens are right by each other. You would have to go and flip the switch before you can work on it, which makes sense in theory. And that one on paper, as I said, makes a lot of sense. I know I'm repeating myself here, but the red glimpse mechanic, if it is the new start game mechanic, I'm not too sure if that's something that is going to really affect it, because if people, you know, frankly don't care about it and they just go about their game, and then if they just happen to run onto it, they grab it, it won't really affect the start game all too much. So I don't know if this is the ideal fix. If this is the start game mechanic, for all that we know, this could just be a completely separate mechanic just for people to do different objectives. Maybe you would have to find multiple of these throughout the match. Maybe there's like 5 of them, and whoever comes out the trial with the most ends up getting the bonus blood points. We don't really know. But if that's the case, you know, it might work a little bit better. It might give players another objective to focus on rather than go on gens or kill people. So we'll have to wait and see. Personally, I still love the Switch idea. I think that is great, and I hope that this is not the new in-game mechanic that they're going to be using to slow down gen rushing and things like that. But of course, we'll have to wait and see and figure out how it works. But that is essentially going to wrap it up for this discussion video. I hope you guys did enjoy. What do you guys think about the red glimpse mechanic? I want to talk about it a little bit more, but we don't really have too much information to go off of, so we're still on phase 1 of everything, but as we get the information, we'll keep you guys up to date. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Leave a like if you did enjoy it. In the comments, let me know what you guys think about this mechanic. Let me know about any mechanics you would like to see in the game that would help in the beginning for gen rushing and things like that. As always, I'm the King. I tip my crown to you guys, and we'll see you in the fog.